And this would be pretty amazing. Take a look.
Well, hello there. Welcome to the M.K. Davis Man Cave. I want to show you a little bit of photography. Maybe not something you're used to seeing. Some of the finest images from the Patterson Bigfoot film. They are in existence. We'll take it nice and slow. Give you a good look. This is my work right here after having spent years getting the best frames from the film. And like I always said down through the years, there were a much better copy of this film, much better master of this film. And it was. And it does not show a hoax. And it does not show a lot of things. People are so attached to their theories, attached to their concepts, that they don't want to let them go, even in the face of photography like this. But this photography is so good that it will wrest it from them, and they'll have to find something else. This was frame 350, and the very best frame from the film. And a gentleman by the name of Todd Gatewood from Oklahoma had this process that he wanted to try on it, and I let him. And it has reaped dividends just unbelievable. And it's not AI. No AI was used in this process. It tightened up the blur that comes with low angular resolution. You can see individual hairs. That's hard to argue with. I put this and checked point by point with the photograph that I sent him. And there he added nothing. Took away nothing. He just tightened it up. And what a fantastic job it did.
Yeah, when I saw that image, it just those eyes and that nose just blew my mind, because it's clearly not the shape of an ape. And as you can see right here, it's got some pretty big boobies, but you can even see the nipples right there. And just those eyes. It's even like you could smell the creature, or the creature could smell whoever's filming it. But the reason I wanted to make this video is because there's two Sasquatches. And here, I'll show you.
To a wider shot that's stabilized, but it flows seamlessly, as you can see with the same black ledge. I'm just going to call it in this area. Same thing. But I just wanted to point out that I see two Bigfoot in the Patterson Gimlin film. This is our first one here. I don't really know, if it's male or female or whatever, but I'm just going to call him a him. This guy here with the silverback, and he's going to walk straight into this area here between these two sycamore trees. I'm just going to let that play. There he goes. And to prove that, yes, there's a Sasquatch there being filmed, or a subject, we'll just call it a subject. There he is here with his you can see the silverback. There he is there. And, you can definitely see him. See him walking between the trees. Well, then Patterson's going to shake the camera a little bit, point down, and pan this way. And we're going to see Patty on the opposite side of the beach. There. See that? He pans down and over to Patty because he wasn't already looking at Patty. And there it is, stabilized. Same progression of events. The only difference is from where we start seeing Patty, really, the footage is stabilized. But I just wanted to point out that I think I see another Sasquatch. Oh, this is pretty cool. I'll just play this. There's no sound, but this is
a clear image of that shot, and it's uncut, so he's clearly panning from one direction to another, as right about there. So unless that thing can teleport, there must be two, and they do look a little bit different. But yeah, I wanted to make this video because nobody's pointing out that there was two. They say there's a shadow in the woods up there, and that's another one, but they're not watching the full footage. This next presenter points out some really interesting things about the way it walks.
Swing out in front of its body, and you can see that very clearly in the video footage. There, the hand is closed, and then the creature opens its hands as it swings past its thighs, and all the while the wrists are rotating. They are continually rotating, and on top of that the arms bend. In fact, the arms bend almost 90 degrees at the elbow. Also, the hands on the backward arc of the swing move in a very unhuman-like manner. When you look closely at the locomotion of this creature, it is very unique indeed, especially for something so large. But at the same time, everything is fluid, and the creature moves quite quickly, because let's face it, it's huge. Apart from the difficulty of estimating how tall it is, you can easily see how wide the creature is, how thickly muscled it is. And when we take a close look at the way the creature moves its legs, we find that it does so in a rather strange way. The creature lifts its leg off the ground with everything almost at right angles, before swinging its leg out in front of it to take a step forward. And when the creature steps and impacts with the ground, you can see that it is heavy. The muscles move and quiver as they act like shock absorbers. When I looked at some of the frames that show the creature turning to look at the cameraman, and I compared those with apes, the similarities become abundantly clear. In every frame that I looked at, the shape of the head was practically an exact match, especially when comparing it with a female ape. The prominent brow ridge can be seen, as well as the shape of the mouth. However, there are some differences, and the major one being the nose. And although the nose isn't clear in the film footage, you can definitely see that it is more human-like than ape-like. The neck in every frame can clearly be seen to be thickly muscled, exactly like an ape's. The head is placed squarely on those thick, muscular trapezius, and as the creature turns to the camera, so too do its shoulders. Deltoids are huge. And as we take a look at this frame, you can also clearly see that the creature has breasts. It's a female, with huge arms, huge muscular thighs, very heavy and thickly set. And, just like the previous frames, the face is an exact match with an ape. With the exception, as I said earlier, in regards to the nose. So, is it a real creature, or is it just a man in a suit? That's the million-dollar question. And there's one thing that you can see in a lot of the frames that had me thinking it just doesn't look quite right. And that's this line here, this line in the creature's thigh. I just couldn't work it out. I watched it over and over and over again, and then it hit me. If you look at this as a real living animal, these are wear marks from its hands rubbing up against its thighs. This creature walks everywhere. The arms around the elbows are touching the animal's sides. That's why the fur's all worn there. Even the hair on the arms is worn, where the arms brush against the sides. Even the hair on the buttocks is worn, where you would expect it. All the telltale signs of the way this creature moves. This is not a man in a suit. This is the real deal. This is a Bigfoot or Sasquatch. Which brings me to my...
That was Wayne Dowsent. He did that video about 4 years ago. So not bad for not even having the fully enhanced stuff that's going around right now. But I thought that was a pretty good breakdown. And he caught all the main things that most people pick apart. But yeah, I just find that footage to be, I mean nowadays it seems pretty conclusive, but people don't say there's very good footage of any of these anomalous creatures out there. But that's a pretty good one, and I think that's one of the very first ones. It was the 60s or 70s, I can't remember. I think maybe either late 60s, early 70s, something like that. But still, that image of its face close up with all that detail is pretty phenomenal. And again, there seems to be two, not one. Most people don't either point that out, or they only show the 30-second clip of it walking away, which is very interesting too, because whatever that creature is, it's well aware it's being watched, and the way it moves is clearly, the thing's massive. The only thing I can compare it to is maybe Andre the Giant, because the best estimates I've seen is about 6'10" to 7'1", 7'2" foot tall for that creature, and that's about the size of Andre the Giant. But looking at that, and knowing what I know of Andre the Giant, the wrestler, he would get killed by that thing, and that seems to be a female too. It's interesting though, because it gives off a very male energy, so I don't know what to think of that, but thought it'd be interesting. Thanks for watching.